الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Reflecting on the ayat from Surah Hud, which is the surah that the Prophet ﷺ said about شيبتني هود وأخواتهم. This is a very strong surah that is tough in the content, and it explores many themes, among them the stories of humanity through different prophets of Allah, and how when humanity deviates from the right path, the wrath of Allah Azza wa Jal will be falling onto them. فَاسْتَقِمْ كَمَا أُمِرْتَ وَمَنْ تَابَ مَعَكَ. And this is the theme of the surah that made the Prophet ﷺ absorb the heaviness of this surah. But today I'll just read and reflect on the ayat from the surah that speaks about Musa alayhi salam. وَلَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا مُوسَى بِآيَاتِنَا وَسُلْطَانٍ مُبِينٍ إِلَى فِرْعَوْنَ وَمَلَئِهِ فاتبعوا أمر فرعون وما أمر فرعون برشيد يقدم قومه يوم القيامة فأوردهم النار وبئس الورد المورود وأتبعوا في هذه اللعنة ويوم القيامة بئس الرفد المرفود ذلك من أنباء القرى نقصه عليك منها قائم وحصيد وما ظلمناهم ولكن ظلموا أنفسهم فما أغنت عنهم آلهتهم التي يدعون من دون الله من شيء لما جاء أمر ربك وما زادوهم غير تتبيب. Translation: Allah Azza wa Jal sent Musa alayhi salam بسلطان مبين, with the ayat and sultan mubin, إلى فرعون وملئه, to Fir'aun and to his followers. فاتبعوا أمر فرعون, rather than following the ayat of Allah Azza wa Jal and following Musa alayhi salam, who is endorsed by these ayat and by the miracles that Allah Azza wa Jal had given to him, whether it's the stick turning to a snake, whether it's the frogs, the flood, the blood, the different signs that Allah Azza wa Jal had sent to Musa alayhi salam to the people of Fir'aun, but they're still living in denial. Similar to what we're seeing right now in the current, in nowadays, you will see that there are Fir'auns, by the way, is a title to indicate certain personalities and certain trend with the humanity. We're seeing a Fir'aun nowadays who's feeling so arrogant. He's not claiming to be أَنَا رَبُّكُمُ الْأَعْلَى, but he's doing mischief around the globe and going left and right and killing and torturing and making people's life difficult. Now Allah Azza wa Jalla is saying يَقْدُمُ قَوْمَهُ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ. طيب, they followed Fir'aun لعنة الله عليه as not following the ayat of Allah Azza wa Jalla. فَاتَّبَعُوا أَمْرَ فِرْعَوْنَ وَمَا أَمْرُ فِرْعَوْنَ بِرَشِيدٍ. We're seeing right now a big debate in the US. Some are saying, why should we go to war? And some are saying, no, we should be going to war. And those who are saying, why should we going to war? We're saying there's nothing into quote unquote America for this to go for war. And there are others saying, no, we should be going to war because we need to protect certain country. And Allah Azza wa Jalla is saying, وَمَا أَمْرُ فِرْعَوْنَ بِرَشِيدٍ. And following Fir'aun was not the right decision. يَقْدُمُ قَوْمَهُ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ. He will be leading his own people in the day of judgment to the hellfire. وَبِئْسَ الرِّفْدُ الْمَرْفُودُ وَبِئْسَ الْوِرْدُ الْمَوْرُودُ. And what a miserable abode he will be leading his people to. And that's what we're seeing right now. Now, I'm not sure if you have heard the news. There is now an attack on Iran, and Iran retaliated by attacking certain locations, bases for the Americans in some Muslim countries. And now Allah knows what's going to be happening after this. But we know clearly from the ayat of the Quran that this is indeed the end of the tyrantship on the earth. This is it. Because Allah Azza wa Jalla said, وَأُتْبِعُوا فِي هَذِهِ الدُّنْيَا لَعْنَةً وَأُتْبِعُوا فِي هَذِهِ الدُّنْيَا لَعْنَةً. They will be followed with a curse in this dunya. وَيَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ بِئْسَ الرِّفْدُ الْمَرْفُودُ. And what's waiting for them in the hereafter is even worse. ذَلِكَ مِنْ أَنْبَاءِ الْقُرَى نَقُصُّهُ عَلَيْكَ. These are indeed the stories and the narratives and the history of those who have came from before you. نقصها عليك منها قائم وحصيد. Some of them you are able to see their traces, their history. Now when you walk, and especially in the Arabian Peninsula, you will see all the Bada'in Salih, you will see the pyramids, you would see all those signs that Allah Azza have left behind for people to reflect and contemplate on. And then Allah Azza Jal, وَمَا ظَلَمْنَاهُمْ. Allah Azza did not, do injustice to them. وَلَكِنْ ظَلَمُوا أَنفُسَهُمْ. They are the one who did injustice to themselves. We say to the American people, where are you? You are being misled or led by a tyrant. Wake up. This is not an excuse for you. And we say to the Muslim Ummah as well, wake up. Where are these, airplanes leaving to attack and hit from here and there? They're coming from the bases in Muslim lands. May Allah Azza wa Jal have rahmah on the Muslim Ummah, and may Allah Azza wa Jal make us go back to our conscience as an Ummah and be united once again. We're not going to get into the details of the politics and the sectarians, differences. We're talking about an Ummah that has a spirit, that has, integrity. This Ummah is in deep sleep. May Allah Azza wa Jal bring this Ummah once again to comprehend the ayat of Allah Azza wa Jal in the Quran. And may Allah Azza wa Jal help us throughout this month of Ramadan, as I mentioned from the beginning. Make us from those who will have that pain in their heart, will be on one heart, making to Allah Azza wa Jal, Ummati, Ummati. Allahumma ameen. Wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in.